random airdrops. My people, Nigerians, we always want easy money. If you did not apply for any airdrop and you see an email that says, oh, free $5,000 for the first 10 people, don't click on it, please. If not, if you have funds in your wallet, you could easily give people access to it too.
And I got into the space. I was intrigued by the fact that it brings a lot of opportunities and potentials.
Nigerians. I know we like free things, but please avoid public Wi-Fi's as much as you can. Hi, darlings. Welcome to the Digital Asset Show Onchain Series on Popcentral Channel 189 on DSTV, your one-stop place for all things blockchain technology and education. If you have been someone who has been hearing about the buzz of blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, and altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the likes, well, you are definitely on the right spot. We're here to educate you and, of course, teach you how to break into the space, invest, and become financially free with digital assets. I'm not so good today, but nonetheless, the show must go on. Sorry about my sniffles. Okay, I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I hope it was splendid. I hope it wasn't too stressful. Our 9 to 5 workers, be like me. Work remote. All right. So ring the alarm. Like, we cannot say this enough. Bitcoin. Somebody say Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been bullish. It's been so unreal. But this is what we have been saying of it reaching a peak of $100,000. And it's on the verge of that. And trust me, it is possible. Before your very eyes, you would replay this tape and you would find out that we said this sometime back in the future and we are saying it now again. There's no right time than now for you to actually start making investment. Let's look at the Bitcoin's all-time high. Bitcoin currently hit a all-time high as at last week, roughly around $93,000. Bitcoin hit an old new ATH, which is all-time high, along its strong ETF flows, surpassing $93,000. This is roughly, I think, around 30% profit plus just within a month from when it was roughly $52,000 to now. Now I think it is currently dropped back to, I think, 91 thereabout. But during the week, it actually hit $93,000 per one Bitcoin. Imagine if you bought Bitcoin when it was 200 and something dollars, chicken change, or roughly when it was still 0.006. Speaking of that, trust me, we would come to that information. But nonetheless, on infos, we have something that has been cooking and I have been talking about and I will continue keep talking about. You're hearing Bitcoin. And for us in Nigeria, in Lagos State, and for Pop Central, we definitely are not in last playing that game. That is why we're bringing to you the Ninja Bitcoin Conference, which is going to be happening from the 5th of December to 7th of December 2024. And the conference has a tied hackathon to it. Now, what are hackathons, right? These are events, most likely, most of the time virtual, where developers, product managers, and key technical players, meaning builders in the blockchain community, come together to build real life minimum viable projects that have use case scenarios. They launch them on the blockchain and on specific cryptocurrencies and win prizes. So the event itself is going to have a hackathon, which has a prize pool of $3,000, roughly splitted across $1,500, $1,000, and $500. So you could choose to set up a team, you could choose to hack alone as a single developer, or set up a team of roughly 2 to 4 people and build a minimum viable project and win from the $3,000 prize pool. Please take note, your projects must be built on Bitcoin. So you can have a project that is probably built on other cryptocurrencies like it, right? So in as much as it is being built on the blockchain, ensure that it is tied to Bitcoin. So take, for example, if you're building a project that it's a wallet of some sort, ensure the exchange point is hinted on Bitcoin. If you're building, let's say, investment platform where people can come online and make investments on other sub projects, like invest in sub projects, ensure it is tied to Bitcoin, meaning people would have to raise funds in Bitcoin and not other cryptocurrencies, right? That is one of the criteria for participating in the hackathon. Okay? Don't say we didn't do anything for you guys. This is solid information. So if you're a developer, you're a builder in the ecosystem, key in, register for the event, register your team. If you're hacking single, register yourself and hack and win a prize. $1,500 is a lot of money. Trust me. Especially now when Naira has gone doop, 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 all below. I think Naira is like, I think during the week, roughly 1,900 or so on the black market. Okay, now going forward, we're gonna be having someone like a guest today, subtly in the future. But before then, let us have a look at the current live market. So we have spoke about Bitcoin hitting its new all-time high, but let's currently see the live market and what some of these altcoins and Bitcoin currently stand at. So we will stand with top of the food chain, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently at $90,772 per one Bitcoin as it is. Ethereum is currently on 3,148 plus thereabout dot 99999 on Ethereum. Stellar XLM, Stellar is currently at 0.1824 per one. And Cello is currently on 0.6633 per one with 11% profit. Solana is on $214.38 per one. There are also some others, if I should mention a few, like Avalanche. Avalanche is currently at $34.9 and XRP is currently at $1.15 per one. So that is the live market reading. Okay, moving on. I want you to look at this image. It is a Bitcoin chart from 1 month ago. If you look at it, I hope we have it on the screen, the Bitcoin chart of 1 month ago. As at 1 month before, you could see 65,723. And that was not like the lowest of low. If you look on the live marginal chart, it will probably show you roughly 52 thereabout $1,000, right? When it was really, really low below. But as it is right now, it is currently at 91, which was from the live market we saw. And if you see here, all-time high hitting $93,434 with a 35.07% interest in 1 month. Tell me what asset makes this kind of progress or shift within this time frame. Bitcoin is like nothing we have ever seen. Trust me. It's unreal, but if you invest in it, you definitely would make your money. Nonetheless, know how. Yes, the market will have its downtime, but if you have the patience to wait for it to build, then definitely you would make some and a lot of profits. Okay, now moving on. Speaking of being patient enough, I think as at last week, remember we said on the blockchain, right? Everyone has an opportunity to see each person's transaction. That is the essence of the blockchain technology. It is decentralized, meaning everybody can see everybody's transaction. So 2,000 BTC was moved by someone with name unknown I was thinking it was Shegun because I call Shegun the Bitcoin man. 2,000 Bitcoin was moved sometime in last week, right, to a new wallet address for withdrawal, and that was worth $179 million. Now, it is recorded that this person held Bitcoin from when it was $0.6 to when it was $90,000. I think let's make a quick reference. On the screen, I hope you have it right. It's Bitcoin from 0.06 to $90,000. Let's do a recap and put up the right content, please. Okay, so if you look at it from the fee, he was withdrawing $178,000. From that amount of money, the only fee he had to pay for that sum of money was $477. That was the gas fee for the transaction. So imagine if it was in naira and somebody was moving 178 million naira, let's say, not even in dollars. Do you know how much exactly you would have been paying as transaction cost? It would be a lot. You see, this is why this technology is here to stay. It changes a whole lot of things. It gives you freedom to your finance. When we say what? Financial freedom. That's specifically what it's there for. Don't feel too bad as you're seeing all these numbers. The market is still open. You still have the opportunity to invest at this point in time. So take it, right? That is why we're here for you, to educate you. Once you get the information and education of what it's about, plug yourself in, make some investment. It's a risk worth taking. Life generally is a risk. You living every single day and stepping out of your house is a risk. So if you're living every day and stepping out of your house, trust me, this is not too much of a risk to take. All right. So we are going to go on a quick break and I would come back. But before the break, let us look at a video of Max Kaiser, right? With the information we have and how Bitcoin has shifted, let us look at a perspective of someone who is a Bitcoin pioneer and a key stakeholder in the ecosystem about what he has to say on the move of how the market is going to go from this point in time.
Going forward, what you're going to see is this mad scramble to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible, which means that everything gets demonetized or everything goes to zero against Bitcoin. One of the reasons the property market in the US is so soft is that real estate market is losing its monetary premium. For many, many years, Alex, people just took it on faith that, you buy real estate and it's always a winner if you hold on to it. But that is no longer the case because Bitcoin is a superior investment to real estate. A lot of real estate and professional real estate investors and REITs, the real estate investment trusts, they're all now capitulating and understanding that real estate has seceded the high ground to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a superior investment to real estate. We already know it's superior to gold. Obviously, it's superior to silver. It's superior to the stock market.
It is good when we're always able to have perspective of people who truly understand the market and have been there for a very long period of time. Max Kaiser is a Bitcoin advisor and as well a pioneer, right? And his interview with InfoWorld, it was actually pretty long and it covered basically how he envisioned the market going forward. When you have the opportunity to listen to people like this, it's able to help you, who is new, understand the market and know how to plug yourself in, right? So before moving on, we're going to go on a quick break. And after the break, hopefully our guest will be here and we're going to jump into crypto and law. What is the possibility of blockchain technology merging with law? I know you're wondering, how is that possible? How does that work? Well, obviously, we're going to have a key player present here today to address that and core information for you guys. So see you soon after the break. Hi, darlings. Welcome back. Did you miss me from that short break? I missed you. Okay, so speaking of law and blockchain technology, let's as well have a short preview before our speaker comes on security. Right now, when we posted, I think, one of our contents on our YouTube channel sometime last week, someone came on the comment section and they were having difficulties with moving their funds from one wallet to another. And on the comment section, they posted their seed phrase and explained the issues they were happening that they were experiencing. Sorry. Now, if you're someone in the ecosystem, you know how important your seed phrase is, that your key phrase. If someone has access to that, they basically have access to all your funds. Now let's talk on security. You've gotten the education, you're looking to make some level of investment. How do you ensure that your assets are safe? How do you ensure that your Bitcoin that is maybe roughly worth $1,000, 2,000 thereabouts, or if you're someone who has 2,000 Bitcoins, how do you ensure that your assets are actually safe? So let's look at that. Number one is to use a secure wallet. So we not only have digital wallets, which are the ones you can have on your phones, we have physical hardware wallets like ledgers where you can store your digital assets in offline. They are very, very secured. They are called cold wallets or hard wallets per se. That's one. Two is enable a two-factor authentication. Google does it. You could make use of Google Authenticator that sends you a particular code at a particular time to, gain access to transferring your funds. That's one. And you can also ensure or set up your fingerprints, face recognition. Those are ways you could secure your wallet, right? Another thing is to keep your private keys, which is your seed phrase, which is what that guy posted on YouTube comment section for everybody to see. I don't know if that comment was actually valid, right? But if it was, he was at a very high risk of someone who wasn't, as good as me seeing those key phrase, and the fact is that he put the name of the wallet where his assets are stored, so he was pretty much just giving everybody free hand. But I did correct him and let him know that your seed phrase is very important. Most of the time they're usually like a 12 to 14 number of phrases, like random keywords that are given to you that you can keep, right? And that gives you access to your wallet when probably you misplace your password or can't remember your password to log in, or you lose your phone and you get a new device. You can make use of those phrases to recover your wallet and recover your digital assets, all right? Second or fourth, sorry, I've lost count. Use a very strong password, right? So create a unique password and make it complex. You could add roughly numbers, exclamation marks, dots, points, or whatnot. Just ensure that it is obviously strong. For example, you can make use of ... 222 36644 so I can have access to your wallet. All right. Another thing is to beware of pitching scams, fake websites, fake airdrops, fake email addresses. Don't just randomly be clicking on links, especially when you know that you have assets on your wallet that is on your phone, because it could, what's it called? Infuse viruses into your system and then give the person access into your phone to get your important information, which can be used to access your wallet. So stay away from random email address, random airdrops. My people, Nigerians, we always want easy money. If you did not apply for any airdrop and you see an email that says, oh, free $5,000 for the first 10 people, don't click on it, please. If not, if you have funds in your wallet, you could easily give people access to it to sweep all of it out. Lastly, or I think second to last, avoid public Wi-Fi. Nigerians, my people. I know we like free things, but please avoid public Wi-Fi's as much as you can, right? So people don't have access to your wallets, right? Ensure you make use of a private VPN. Then educate yourself consistently. Precisely why the show is here. Like I said, blockchain technology and crypto is just almost like law or medicine. It is evolving every single day. So you have to ensure you are on track and update yourself with the necessary information and trending news in order not to be caught wanting. Oh, wait, don't say I haven't done anything for you. So that is basically how you secure your wallet. So we are going to go on a 1 minute break. Apologies, don't miss me too much. And we're going to have our speaker here. Her name is Deborah Oni. Oh Jesus, I pray I am not so good at cultural names. Oh Jesus, save me. When she's here, she will properly introduce herself. She is the managing partner of Hilltop Solicitors and also the Hilltop Solicitors Female Virtual Internship Mentorship Program that is focused on transforming the legal industry through blockchain technology. So we're going to go on 1 minute break and bring her up. By the way, she's actually my mom's namesake because my mom is Deborah. So see you guys after our 1 minute break. Mrs. Am I right? Mrs. Deborah Oni. She is the managing partner of Hilton Top Solicitors and the pioneer of the Hilton Top Solicitors Female Virtual Internship Program, which is aimed at transforming the legal industry through blockchain technology. I told you there's a possibility of merging the law and crypto. I give you crypto law. So, Mrs. Deborah, thank you so much for making it here. Just 1 minute, a couple of seconds. Give us a brief background and your history. How does it connect to blockchain as a lawyer?
Thank you. I'm Deborah Oni, and an emerging tech lawyer exploring the intersection of blockchain and the emerging technology with special focus on and the law. And I got into the space. I was intrigued by the innovative nature of the blockchain and also intrigued by the fact that it brings a lot of opportunities and potentials, which I know that as a woman, if I get to understand and put myself in the ecosystem, it's going to, bring a lot of opportunities for me personally. And then I got to understand that there is a big intersection between it and law and a lot of legal implications, which there's a need to build expertise and build more people in the ecosystem from the legal perspective. And that's why I found myself in the space, and it's been great since
awesome. Thank you so much for that response. See, I told you guys that no matter what you do, as the technology is evolving, there is a space for different industries to have a plain segment or sector in it, and hence we have law. So basically, from your perspective, how do you see blockchain technology transforming the legal industry?
Very well, thank you, Purity, for that question. The blockchain has really transformed the legal space. And prior to this time, we had no idea that there was any relationship between technology and law, not to even talk of nascent technology like blockchain. And at the moment, we see that cutting across every industry, there are great legal implications, which demands that the legal industry, lawyers, the legal professionals should be aware of this technology and be able to advise correctly the clients, starting from tech startups and established organizations. So as a result of that, there are the emerging roles that are coming up for legal professionals to gain expertise in. And so that's one of the disruption that it brings to the space for you to be able to gain new expertise in the emerging roles. And then apart from that, from the aspect of usage also, there are gaps within the legal system that we actually can build solutions within the space. And presently, the seal that we use as lawyers have been deployed on the blockchain. And so, so there are use cases that the legal industry, as other industries, everywhere that we see loopholes, we can actually leverage. And it has started, like the seal that we use that I said has been deployed. So in aspect of like record keeping, while we don't have that already, deployed, at least this is the right step towards the right direction, and we know that other loopholes and challenges within the legal space can be explored to leverage on and deploy on the blockchain space, apart from the fact that it introduces new roles and expertise for legal professionals to help in terms of like smart contract, like legal education within the blockchain space,
Fair.
so many roles and disruption happening, and it's great to know that we're already, keeping
Keying
pace
in.
with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Very much I could reckon. You've touched on a lot of points. So one thing from what you mentioned was as regards the link of the legal system with blockchain and upcoming businesses. So businesses that have been built on the blockchain as startups and like new products, right? So what are key challenges, legal challenges per se, that you have witnessed that businesses operating in the blockchain industry actually face?
Thank you. So some of the challenges that I have witnessed that the industries or businesses in the blockchain space face things around regulations in terms of compliance, and then in terms of even having the robust laws that actually cater or that really makes provision for the aspect of the business that they are doing within the blockchain space. Because don't forget, the blockchain comes with its own self-imposed norms, rules that are kind of,
True.
different from the existing laws. And so because the existing laws were made to apply to centralized systems, it's finding it hard adapting those existing to the emerging one. And so the laws on ground are not able to cater fully for these innovative solutions that the tech startups are building. So having to deal with those kind of laws relating to nascent technology is one of the problems. So the laws are not so robust and okay, taking into cognizance the unique feature of the blockchain. So we don't have that certain law yet. While I give it to Nigeria and other jurisdictions that they're tolling the right step to coming up with the right regulations to be able to tackle these solutions. So issues around the regulatory uncertainty, and then issues around compliance like KYC, AML, and then of course this
Fair.
issue for our jurisdiction like Nigeria, the overlap between CBN and and SEC.
Yes.
And so you find these startups having to being in a form of a dilemma. Okay, they were trying to follow with the rules or the new guidelines from SEC,
Or
and there is
from
like a
CBN,
like a
yes.
double
Double
standard. And
standard.
so there's no harmonized laws yet that can actually cater and foster the innovation to move at a fast pace. But while we're working, and then we know that every aspect, even the regulators, are working towards the right direction. These are some of the challenges that
yes.
actually.
Fair. I think we're rounding up quickly because we have like limited time, but I want to touch on two questions before we close up. So first is you mentioned something about regulation, which is one key thing we have been talking about here. As well for our show, we have been in communications through Shegun with SEC into driving core regulatory systems for the blockchain space. So how do you think the government can navigate the regulation landscape, right? Especially for Africa and Nigeria.
Thank you for that. One of those steps, I believe, is a very, very strong engagement with the stakeholders.
Key players.
Yes, the key players in the industry, and which I know that they're doing bits of that already, because I've been engaged in one of the stakeholders meeting with the regulators before. So that kind of engagement will help to have diverse perspective from the developers, from the legal professionals, from all the key players in the ecosystem. So that will help to be able to navigate the space, know what the challenges are, how we can actually put the right regulations in place. And then I think there's a need to be very, very proactive about it. While we work towards, we know that they know the right thing to do, we must be proactive, because we don't have all the time in the world, right? And then there's a need to have harmonized laws, like a regional form of law. It won't be bad, especially to cater for a jurisdiction like Africa, apart from Nigeria, right? And then before we even move to the regional aspect, with the ones we have within Nigeria, let's even harmonize it and probably have maybe one jurisdiction or one organization or one government parastatal
that caters to
So you don't have to battle, oh, I have complied with CBN. Let me
Yes.
look at what SEC is saying. And then there's a lot of
Yes.
forth and back, and it gets so frustrating and very, very expensive for you to be able to come up with your solution. So
All
these are some
right.
of the
Very,
steps.
very valid. Very valid. She obviously has a whole lot of key insights. See, I bring the goodies to you. So if you are a business who is operating in the blockchain space and you're hearing this, please do connect. All right. So rounding up for this session, you are also the pioneer of the Hilton Top Solicitors virtual training program, right? So could you give us a small insight? What is that intended to do? Because you also spoke about yourself being a female key player in the blockchain space as a lawyer. So exactly what does that do for the community?
Thank you. The program is designed to educate and empower female legal professionals into the blockchain space, into the emerging tech space with focus on the blockchain, helping to build the expertise that is needed, that we will have that ecosystem of those who will come from an informed position to be able to help contribute to policy formulation, to be able to help advise clients, the emerging clients that are coming with emerging roles and duties, to be able to inform them rightly, and then those that will be able to, if they are found in the place of heading any regulatory positions, they are able to lead proactively, understanding the potentials of the technology and seeing the need to also work in line with proactiveness to be able to harness maximally those potentials at an early stage. So we are building those leaders of the next generation of female legal professionals who will help to be solutionists within the ecosystem and help us to be able to harness the maximal potentials that the technology has. And over the past 4 years that the platform has started, we've been able to empower about 5,000 female legal talents from major focus within the various universities in Nigeria and across Africa, legal professionals and graduates within the legal space. And the feedback has been great. And we have a lot of them working with tech organizations already, writing
Awesome.
projects along this very nascent technology and all that.
Awesome. That's a lot. For me, I'm always one who is key on anything that has to do with education. I'm an advocate for blockchain for good. So anything that has to do with education concerning cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, I'm all for it. Even as an executive director of an organization I work for, which is Web3 Ladies, where we help transition women into tech and then into the Web3 space. I'm sorry, obviously, yes, there are other communities and organizations for men. I'm sorry you're only hearing things about female stuff and female empowerment and whatnot. We're not feminists, are we? Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. We've come to the end of the interview session. But before we round up, just couple of seconds, look at the camera and give an advice. There's a young female lawyer there that is looking, hearing everything about blockchain technology. Give one singular advice to them.
Very well. So my advice will be that you should be open-minded, be flexible, and be adaptable. That way you can be open to sink in, to take in the information that they raise to the blockchain. But first understand that the blockchain technology has great potentials that could actually help get you empowered in this digital economy. So it is very important that you open your mind, get flexible, and be adaptable to be able to plug into it and get empowered both financially and in every other aspect. These are some of the opportunities within this space, but you first need to be open-minded to learn about it and to go on the learning and get mentorship and trainings from the various communities.
Thank you so much. See, be open-minded. That's basically all you need to really succeed as first. You have to at least be open to the idea of what you're looking to learn, right? To be able to excel. Speaking of empowerment, gang, 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 ring the bell. The Ninja Bitcoin Conference happening December 5th to 7th. I have said this over and over again. I'll keep saying it until that date. It is one that you don't want to miss. We talk about networking. I mean, I met Deborah at one, what was the first event we actually met? I think I've lost count.
Yeah,
I think I have, but
think
I
it was,
know.
is it Innovates
Yeah,
Nigeria
Innovate
at
Nigeria.
Landmark
I
or
think so.
something
Yeah.
from there?
Right. So I
And then
think
Siban.
yes.
Yeah.
So see, networking is like one key thing. And for me, I'm someone who believes that your network of people could be your greatest asset. Maybe not as great as Bitcoin, but one of your greatest asset in the future. So if you have the opportunity, ensure that you're present for the Nigeria Bitcoin conference. It's happening 5th to 7th of December. Go to the link. I'm sure it's on the screen. Register and ensure you're present. If you're a builder, a developer, a product manager, and you're looking to earn some rewards, there's a hackathon tied to the event with a prize pool of $3,000 and divided as to 1,500, 1,500 for different teams and different builders. So connect yourself. We have a lineup of amazing speaker. This event is organized by Popcentral as well as a sponsor and supporter, and the Digital Asset Show. It's going to be holding here on that date, and we have the likes of Shegun, obviously, which is our host for the Digital Asset Show. We have the likes of Dr. Timiya Gama, which is the what do you call it? I think chairman or director general for SEC, and we have the likes of the MD of ChainUp. Just there are a whole lot of them. If you can just go through the screen and let's see the lineup of speakers. Wonderful, wonderful people who are key players in the industry and have made a whole lot of, progress to make a soft landing for you to come into the space and the ecosystem. So don't miss it for anything. I will be there, obviously, I will be present. So if you want to see my pretty face, do come. All right. So I believe that's pretty much it. I'm sure I made it on time today. And I'm sure you guys had fun because I did. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you so much, Deborah, for
Thank
coming
you,
on. I really
Purity.
appreciate it. I hope you learned a lot. Going forward, for next week, we will be onboarding a particular crypto network. Yeah, let me say that such anyways. But I keep it a little bit of a secret. And for next week, we will look at that, a deep dive into specific networks and how they function and what you can gain from it. It's an episode you do not want to miss. I remain your host, Purity Chrome. I will see you guys same time next week. If you have any question, any suggestions of what you want to see on the show, feel free to shoot me a message on Purity Chrome, at Purity Chrome, on all social media platforms, and definitely I would respond to you. I don't snub, I promise. Pinky swear. All right, have a wonderful weekend, my darlings. Toodles. Mwah.